Okay, good. Welcome back. So in this one, we will discuss about arithmetic and comparison operations. So it is quite straightforward. So I've already written the code right here. So the first one is addition, and it is done using this plus symbol. So here I'm defining a variable a, which is 5 plus 3. And when we run this, first it will connect to the Python server, and we get the addition to be 8 as expected. Then the next thing is subtraction, which is done with this minus symbol. So here I define b as 10 minus 4, and when we run this, it prints subtraction and the value of b, which is 6. Then for multiplication, we have this asterisk symbol. We have here c, which is defined as 7 times 6. So this asterisk you'll find as shift 8 on your keyboard. So c equals 7, then shift 8, and then 6. So when we run this, we get the multiplication to be 42. Then the next thing we have is division, and I have here d defined as 8 divided by 2. You'll find it next to the shift button itself on your keyboard. So when we run this, we get the value of d to be 4.0. Note that even though we have integers here, the output d, its data type is float. So if I check here, type of d, then it is float. Then the next thing we have is known as floor division. It just returns the quotient without remainder, which means if we have something like 9 and then two division symbols like this. So floor division of 9 by 2, we know that 4 2s are 8, and so that 4 is our floor division, and the one remainder we just ignore that. So when you use these two division signs, output will be quotient without remainder like this. And you can see that the data type is integer here. And if I change this 9 to 8, then we see that the data type is still integer. So whenever you need integers, maybe for range function, which we'll see in coming lectures, in those cases you can use the floor division like this with two division symbols. I'll just check quickly the type of E here, and it is integer. Okay, and then we have modulus, which is nothing but the remainder. So just like we had 9 floor division by 2 and the output was 4, the remainder one goes into this percent symbol. So when we run this, we get that modulus to be 1. This is the remainder of like 2 4s are 8 and the remainder is 1. And then finally, we have exponential, which is like 2 raised to 3. So if I run this, you'll see that it is 8. I can also have something like 10 to the power 4. So if I run this, I'll get 10,000. Similarly, I can find square of any number, maybe like square of 25 will be 25 raised to 2. So we just use these two asterisk symbols. And so when we run this, we get 625 as expected. So these are the arithmetic operations that we will be using every now and then when we are coding. And for the second part, the comparison operations, I would like to show you these examples. So let's define two variables like x being 10 and y being 5. And now if I run this, these values are assigned to the respective variable. Now note that the arithmetic operations return numbers in the output, but on the other hand, comparison operators, they will return true or false values in the output. So I want to check if there are two numbers like x and y, are these numbers equal to each other or not. So in that case, we have to use these two equal to signs, because if I said just single equal sign, then x will be assigned the value of y. So we don't want to do that. We have to maintain these variables x and y, and then we just want to compare them. We want to see if they are equal to each other. So I'll delete this, and then what I'm doing here is that x equal y. So obviously x is not equal to y because x is 10 and y is 5. So when I run this, we should get false in the output. So let's check, and we get that x is not equal to y. Now if I want to check not equal to, then I just have to put exclamatory mark in front of equal sign. So it's like x exclamatory equal y, and of course they are not equal, so this should be true. And indeed we get that. Now is x greater than y, which is the case because x is 10 and y is 5. So when we run this, we get that to be true. But on the other hand, if we check x is less than y, then we get this comparison to be false. Then if you want to check greater than or equal to, then it's just like greater than symbol and then equal to sign. So is x greater than or equal to y? X is greater than or equal to y. So this is true. And finally, less than or equal to comparison. So we just have less than sign and then equal to following it. And is 10 smaller than or equal to 5? That is, of course, false. We can also check something like 45 greater than or equal to 30. Then it is true. Is 1 equal 1? This is also true. Is 1 greater than or maybe smaller than 0? That is not true. Okay, so these are the ways we compare some variables or numbers. Python can also compare like floats. Is it greater than 3.14? The answer is true. Okay, so I hope you understood the arithmetic operations. It is quite straightforward. We have always seen these symbols everywhere. And also the comparison operators. It is also quite straightforward with symbols that is already seen in mathematics textbooks. So I hope this helped and I will see you in the next one.